Watch as a driver narrowly escapes a hijacking attempt in a matter of seconds. The video begins with a black SUV being followed by a white vehicle into a residential area, with the driver unaware that he is being targeted. Suddenly, two armed men jump out of the white vehicle and rush toward the black car. One suspect attempts to smash the driver's window with a hammer, but the driver reacts quickly. This highlights the importance of keeping your doors locked at all times. Thankfully, the driver escapes unharmed. In this video, a woman makes a dangerous mistake by walking away without checking if her car is locked. Notice how a man steps out of a gray vehicle in the parking area, wearing a mask and pretending to be on a phone call, waiting for the right moment to jam the car while she remains completely unaware. The suspect cautiously moves closer to the vehicle, constantly scanning the area to make sure no one is watching and that the owner is far enough away before making his move. The suspect was able to drive away quickly as the vehicle uses a keyless ignition system, requiring no physical key. A driver narrowly escaped a hijacking attempt just moments after arriving at his residence. The video begins with a white car carrying armed suspects pulling up in front of a residence. Just when it appears to be driving away, it reverses and enters the property to lie in wait for the intended victim. After dropping off two armed men inside the residence, the vehicle reverses immediately to avoid suspicion and waits nearby for the targeted victim. Suddenly, two armed men who had been waiting for him rushed toward the driver, ordering him to step out of the vehicle. Just as the gate was about to close, the driver reacted quickly, making a risky move by reversing straight toward the getaway car that tried to block him. He managed to escape the hijacking attempt unharmed. We have shared many similar videos on the channel showing how hijackers use this method. It is a common tactic where suspects follow their target and strike as the victim arrives at their residence. This is why it is so important to always check your surroundings when entering or leaving your residence, as hijackers take advantage of moments when victims slow down with little or no space to escape. This next clip shows just how important it is to stay aware of your surroundings. When armed suspects targeted two men, one reacts quickly and escapes, while the other is left with no time to respond as the attackers close in. The suspects appeared to know exactly what was inside the bag. They took only the bag and ignored his phone. Fortunately, the man was not harmed. Watch how the elderly man is saved by his dogs during an armed robbery attempt outside his home. Just moments after arriving at the gate of his residence, armed men appeared at his car window and robbed him. The commotion quickly alerted his dogs inside the property. Sensing that their owner was in danger, the dogs charged the suspects as soon as the gate opened, forcing them to flee and saving their owner from further harm. Watch as a group of armed men quickly rob a delivery van in a matter of seconds, unaware that the situation is about to take an unexpected turn.
I almost saw it when they moved in. I saw this shit.
Suddenly, a cash delivery van appears, causing the suspects to panic when they realize it is heading in their direction. This was no ordinary cash delivery van. It carried some of the most highly trained security guards in South Africa.
131. Stamp him, stamp him, stamp him, stamp him, stamp him, stamp him.
The guards did what they could by trying to block the robbers, but the suspects managed to escape. Since the incident was not within the guards' operational duties, they could not pursue them further. A dash cam recorded a disturbing incident in which an Uber driver was targeted by armed robbers pretending to be passengers. The driver can be seen taking his time and not driving off, without realizing he is putting himself in danger. Picking up two men is already risky in South Africa, and while the driver focuses on his cell phone, the passenger in the back seat is seen preparing a firearm. Suddenly, the man who had been sitting in the back seat waited for the right moment and pointed a firearm at the driver, catching him off guard. He robbed him of all his belongings as accomplices waiting outside quickly joined in. The driver was fortunately unharmed. One of the suspects seated in the front had his face clearly captured on camera, allowing police to identify and arrest him. What is even more disturbing is how young the suspects appear to be. Just 5 days into the new year, a group of armed suspects stormed a petrol station in South Africa, catching everyone by surprise and demanding the keys to the drop safe from employees. One of the suspects moves quickly to empty the cash register. Most of the money appears to be coins, making the effort seem barely worth it. Meanwhile, the other suspects attempt to force open the drop safe using a grinder. The staff remained calm and chose not to resist, as situations like this can quickly turn deadly. Thankfully, everyone escaped unharmed, even though no one wants to start the new year with such trauma. Watch as a group of armed men flee the scene empty-handed after a failed attempt to rob a cash delivery van. The footage shows a security guard stepping out of the armored vehicle with cash and walking toward the store as part of his daily routine, unaware that a threat was approaching. Suddenly, armed men rush toward the guard, forcing him to take cover as shots are fired. He runs into a nearby shop, leaving the cash box behind as the robbers quickly move in and attempt to steal it. They quickly abandon the cash after realizing the smart cash box is protected by a dye pack. Once activated by the guard, it releases red dye and smoke, immediately drawing too much attention. This method is used all over the world. Banks often use dye packs, which are hidden inside bundles of cash. When activated, they release permanent ink and sometimes smoke, making the stolen money useless and easy to trace, while also drawing attention to the suspects as they flee. In this video, two men are seen walking down a street in South Africa after already spotting their approaching victims. A car coming from the opposite direction suddenly stops nearby, later revealed to be the getaway vehicle, while the victims continue walking completely unaware they are being targeted. The suspects quickly robbed the women and ran back to their getaway car. Fortunately, the women escaped unharmed. The following video shows a similar incident where two women walking down a street late in the evening in South Africa are targeted by a car posing as an Uber. CCTV footage shows three suspects sneaking out in the early morning as they target a delivery motorcycle parked under shaded parking area. Here they are seen attempting to lift the motorcycle, moving quickly and cautiously, knowing that in crimes like this, time is critical and the owner could wake up at any moment. Crime has become increasingly common, with criminals targeting almost anything they can. This channel shares these videos to help viewers stay vigilant and avoid losses like this. The footage shows a man smashing a car window and stealing items from inside. To understand how it started, let's go back to when the driver was still in the vehicle and the suspect walked past pretending to be an ordinary pedestrian. As soon as the driver went inside the house, the suspect stopped pretending and moved straight for the items he had spotted inside the car. In this video, a bystander captures a disturbing scene where a group of armed men rob victims involved in a car accident in broad daylight. In the next video, a driver becomes the target of a robbery when armed suspects catch him off guard after a car pulls up beside him in a parking lot. The driver briefly puts up a fight, refusing to comply after realizing the suspects were not only after his car, but also intended to take him. This security guard found himself in a dangerous situation just after collecting money from a store in Pretoria. As he opened the back door of the cash delivery van, 4 suspects who had been watching him closely suddenly rushed in and confronted him, leaving him with no time to react. The driver quickly realized what was happening and immediately drove away to prevent the robbers from stealing more money, while the guard was forced to lie down. Fortunately, he was left unharmed.